Okay, and this is going to be part 3 of the moan of the week. Because everybody has been negative. There's nothing positive to say about what's going on in this country, especially in light of what's happened in Germany, who are actually closing all their borders whilst we're opening ours and doing nothing about it. But anyway, here you go. All right, we're moving on, and the Gazelle is going to lead on this, and we're going to be talking about the debt in Warrington. Should we be doing all our, like, sort of Warrenation Street stuff? No.
I've got it written down as Warrington Street, actually, and just a bit of a twist on the moan comment that Baroness Moan won't be moaning, will she?
No. She's doing very well.
She's very uplifted with that for our company.
I know.
So we've got a section of Warrenation Street this week, as we've done.
I don't know, we were a bit out of sync though, weren't we?
Yeah, well, we're out of practice, actually. I mean,
we are.
There's so much
I
going
know,
on.
because Rusty Nail's off to the Bahamas somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah, with Goth Cathy. I was on about Goth Cathy today, funny enough.
Indeed.
Anyway.
Are they your leaders who ran away after leaving the mess you're about to explain?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we, as we said in part 2, accountability. What's that? It's Beethoven, isn't it? Accountability. This doesn't happen at all. So, I was listening to you chaps there in part 2 on about a millionaire, 2 million there, 1.3 million. Listen, Warrington Council announced that they've got a £29 million shortfall on the budget for the coming year.
What?
With
That's
a warning,
big.
That's a big black hole, that, isn't it?
29 million shortfall, with a warning of a section 114 in the future. What have I been saying for the last 2 years? That we're going to be issued with a 114. Council tax is going to go up to 10% minimum, 20% over 3 years, probably. Anyway, there we go. Now, what the question?
If that happens, all the Labour voters in Warrington have only got themselves to blame. And all the people that didn't come out and vote, they've only got themselves to blame as well. Can you imagine having the highest council tax in the country?
Just in time for the discount to be removed as well, eh?
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Jonathan.
You're on to say that again. Get away from me, kid. You bother me.
My brother, I've been going on about this for the last 3 to 4 years. We've been doing this podcast that I am known as Nicodemus, and I am saying that this will be happening within the next 3 to 4 years. That's what's going to happen. And my big question...
Yeah, that's easy to say. It's going to happen within the next 3 to 4 years. I mean, I could turn around and say, there's going to be a new corner shop in the next 3 or 4 years, and they're going to be selling oranges and fruit and stuff like that. There
is, you put planning permission. It's Mr. Patel. So you're up there, aren't you? Oh, I'm on about... I've been saying this now for years, that they're going to go into a bankrupt section anyway. Now, my big question is I was going to ask Cathy the Goth then, but she's not here anymore. But anyway, what about the 30 millions that our 1.8 billion debt returns? We're getting 30 million a year net. That's what we've been told.
Yep.
30 million a year we get net on our 1.8 billion debt.
Well, that should cover your that'll cover your big black hole, won't it?
Of course it does. So
but will it cover his back passage?
Listen, if they're short, they can get in touch with me and I'll sort something out for them if they're struggling. That's all I can say. Because us pensioners are absolutely rolling in it, apparently.
Well, yeah. You're earning so much that basically they want to take things away from you.
Yeah, and I don't mean my back passage. I didn't want to bring that into it, but why you've mentioned that, Mr. Landlord? This has been going on for, as you know, 3 years.
It was you that started it off with the big black hole.
Well, it was the big black hole, my back passage, as it's well known. And this has been going on for the said 3 years that this council has been going down the hill. And it's just not been trimmed. It's not been maintained. It hasn't been looked after.
And they haven't...
One iota.
They haven't cleared your back passage.
No. Answered. There was a fireman who was inspecting it the other day,
Oh, ow.
And he was very handsome, actually, but he would have to take precautions to enter my back passage because it's absolutely rancid. But that's
going to get his hose out.
That's for me and the council to deal with.
Oh, my God.
But that's... Don't worry, you're laughing at. It's not funny. You can't get anything down there at the minute.
We're talking about the Warrington Debt.
Well, this is part of the Warrington Debt. This is why my back passage is so rancid, because of the Warrington Debt. It's all linked. Anyway, I just give up. I give up. Like you say, it's the people that voted for Labour and the people that didn't vote. In general, it's their fault.
What's the total debt right now?
The total debt is 1.9 billion at the minute. It's rising to 2.3 in 25. Okay,
so the council tax has got to go up in order to cover it. So the cap on the council tax, which was round about 5%, that's going to disappear.
95 it'll be.
Yeah, it's going to be 95%. Yeah, I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm laughing because I'm going to Greece, so I couldn't give two happens. But
Yasu,
suck it up, lefties. Get saving.
Suck it up, and you can do what you want me by back passage, then I'm gone.
How are they going to reconcile that with the council taxes going up that much? With the whole thing, Labour, we're here for you. We're going to help the working man and woman.
Wow. That's all I can say. Wow.
Ain't going to happen, is it?
No, it's not going to happen. Just bear with me 1 minute. I'll just...
I might do some sums on this, one day. I might find out exactly how much that what was it, a 29 million black hole in the budget. I'll probably work out how much that cost per person.
Yeah.
And there's no way you're going to clear that in 1 year. So it's going to get bigger.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
What was it? 22 billion black hole plus 29 million for Warrington. Don't forget to add that to it.
I'll do that later. Too much. I'll let you carry on.
I'll tell you, it is totally bad news. These people, these stupid people that are voting for inept Labour politicians who, I don't know, and they're about as useful to the economy as a razor blade is to a haemophiliac. It's just no good. It ain't going to work.
As you've heard me say over the years on podcast after podcast, why is it that we are absolute giants in the industry of loss? Warrington Borough Council, because you mentioned 1 million, you mentioned 900,000 shortfall in something like, we're 29 million. We're 1.8 billion.
You're in the big league.
Why are we the masters of debt?
Oh, I tell you.
Don't worry about it. I think it's an extra 137 quid each, so it's fine.
That's all right.
Well, that comes on top of me loss of 300 or whatever blah, 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 blah.
But you can't even get the words out because everybody's so worried about what's happening.
You're losing your £300. I'm losing my £500 on me single person's thing. The heating, all the accessories are going up 10%. Just forget it. Gone. What are you going to live on?
Yeah.
I know what we can live on. Quantitative easing.
Yes.
Isn't it about time for some more of that? That's normally the playbook, isn't it?
That'll be the job. Yeah.
There we go.
Viruses.
So I've got to finish off here somehow. We can't leave things like this tonight.
No, go on.
We can't leave it like this. I phoned the wife earlier and asked her if she wanted me to pick up fish and chips on her way home from work, and she just grunted. I think she still regrets letting me name the twins. Think about it.
I have.
And exercise gives you energy. But you need energy to exercise. Sounds a bit like a pyramid scheme to me.
So we just better than the first one.
Drink more beer.
Have you worked out the first one yet?
Oh yeah.
Fish and chips.
Just wasn't that funny.
It wasn't that funny. I thought it was when I wrote
it. Leave the jokes to me next week, okay?
Yeah, all right, I will.
We'll get better, honest.
And we got to do something about your back passage.
Listen, you're going to have to do, because I've got two ladies waiting on the phone for me here. I've got to get back to them now, so my back passage needs rectifying pretty quick.